you can't tell from the size of my incense here, I've already done this ritual, but apparently it didn't record. That's all right. I have a new person in mind. The ritual will still work for the original 2 friends that I had in the past. So what this is a ritual using Huxian and Zhao Gongming, who will act as agents for money sent to one's ancestors. And what can that do? I have seen it done. All right, let me back up for a second. I know I had a friend who I just felt I should do this ritual for, and I did it just for that one friend, and I did it with Huxian, and I said, hey, do you mind if I do this? The friend agreed, and apparently they have a forum just for their family. And this friend was the only person that had known that I'd done this at all. And the effect was immediate and profound. That was the calmest, most productive conversations that they had as a family, I guess. And she says since the starting of that particular family forum, I don't know how long that is, right? But it was really profound, and she was very appreciative. And so I'm like, hey, thank you so much. I really appreciated that. And then when I started interacting with Zhao Gongming, the god of wealth, a former military man, now the god of wealth and prosperity, hence the ingots you can see here. Same thing. We're imitating these in paper. When I had started working with these 2 together, they were like, hey, I didn't want to just offer it with Huxian. She's more than capable. I just felt that there was a better time. And once I had started working with Zhao Gongming, it became clear. So this is a ritual I'll be offering at a very low rate, actually. I will never get rich from this one, right? But it does allow me to cover cost, and it does, it does help those on the other side. So since I've already done this tonight, who am I going to do this for now? And I actually wanted to bring this up. I'm doing this for an older woman, not in the U.S., who spends part of her monthly pension, literally every month, spends part of her pension and then serves as help for a soup kitchen for the poor. And she does this out of the goodness of her heart. She clearly opens her wallet to it. This is tied to her faith, and that's different than mine, but good people should be honored. And so this is who I'm honoring now. And I was a little upset when the recording wasn't made before, but this is a very deserving woman whom I greatly respect, and I cast for free, just for the good works that she has done year after year after year. So my friend that knows of this person is going to know who I'm talking about. And so without further ado, let me explain what will happen here. What's going to happen here is what's going to happen for my clients, right? These gold ingots here are for their respective deities, right? They are being... they would do this service for free, but I can afford to pay them, right? And so it would be wrong of me to not. So I am paying them with these gold ingots that I have refolded, bought overseas, and shipped here. These paper ingots are for her ancestors and maybe for herself. I'm not opposed to paying into her treasury, if you will. That would make more sense if you knew who the person was, okay? Now, you do not have to be of Asian descent of any way to do this, or Eastern Asian descent of any way. So that would include, China, Indonesia, Malay, Burma, Singapore. That doesn't include, India. I mean, anybody. Ancestors seem to appreciate this regardless. And since I work heavily in necromancy, I'm offering this at a super low rate, strictly for that. Because they seem to appreciate it. My ancestors appreciate it, and they're 90% like European, right? So they greatly appreciated it, and that can go a long way. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and I will demonstrate what I will do for them. Presumably the incense would be still going. Here we go. So now we'll start burning the ingots. The wind's up. I gotta watch the wind because this ash goes very quick. Now I'm burning them one and then in the other, but they know it's not a competition here, right? I don't know if you can see it, but I do have a ventilation fan going on there. I recommend that. I mean, a lot of these things are manufactured elsewhere. I guess you could say that it really doesn't matter, but they are manufactured elsewhere, and you don't always want to inhale the fumes. But this is the same setup that I will be using. There we go. All right, let's move these forward a bit here. And the reason for that is so I can set this down onto the stone baking tray. So what these are here is these are literally 6 to each, and the purpose of that is that they can use them as they see fit to apply towards this person's ancestry, whatever is best for the situation. And largely, once these are on fire, they are pretty thick, but once they're on fire, they're pretty much going to stay that way. So unlike the, here, see all three of those are still burning. Unlike the ingots, which burn very quickly, these are folded in and upon themselves. Smoke stinging my eyes there. So do you need me to do this ritual for you? Well, technically, no, you don't. You can go ahead and buy the paper. You can ask the entities involved. And really what you're getting out of this is that I have an existing relationship. I have materials. And I can do it pretty cheaply. And if you were to go and look on some of the websites like Alibaba, AliExpress, specifically, and things like that, you can find all these things, and you're gonna have to buy them in large quantities and do that. And I already have, because I had to. But you'll find other things too. You'll find golden houses, and you'll find replica cell phones and all sorts of other stuff. And I know that the general consensus is that the thought below, meaning the underworld, the world below, excuse me, is similar to the world above. But if the only people in power are the gods and goddesses that help get you ready for your next journey, I don't think they need cell towers, right? But that's just me. So you'll find packages with fake cell phones and all sorts of other stuff. And I can't speak to that, but what I can speak to is that I have paid my debt. And I paid it publicly. And it was accepted. And so therefore I am now, and I didn't do it before, but now I am I'm offering to do this for a very, very, very low fee. I mean, some standard drinks at bars cost more than what I'm charging for this. Now, what I also do is there are 3 of these, 3 for Zhao Gongming, 3 for Huxian, and this is literally out of respect and thankfulness. This is for them to use and distribute as they see fit. Essentially for those that do not have others to burn it for them. There are some unfortunate souls, and so I can afford to do this, right? It's not that bad. But I don't know who they are. They do. So this is part of why they are offering to help me with this, is because there was a benefit to many others, not just me, and not just the client. So and there we go. Thank you, Zhao Gongming. Thank you, Huxian. And with that, the ritual is concluded.